Hi, Miss Mahaffey. This is Jacob from Group 1, also known as Team South Korea. With me, I have Luke, Yan, and Andrew, and this is our video update number 2. So getting into it, I will give an introduction and Sprint 1 video. However, our agenda is I will show a recording of our Sprint 1 trial. We will do a point evaluation and trial results, as well as pre-competition fabrication and some next steps. To begin, I have a video. It is from Sprint 1, Trial 3. So here's a recording of our Trial 3. The most important things to notice is that, for example, the two balls hit each other as they're going for the archery. We really need to focus on getting our archery air pressure correctly. Correct. Here you can see that the money ball is like a centimeter too low. The little pipe is, so we just need to change our code for a good angle. And then, so at the end, as you can see, we do get it in both green cups, which is fantastic. After this, the robot will go back, but another issue that we had is it approaches the other line, the foul line, very closely. And next is going to be Yen with point evaluation and trial results.
So for our point evaluation or trial results, we went through 3 trials with the money ball at 3 different locations, 6 feet, 12 feet, and 18 feet. So for the first trial, we got successful deployment and both the arrows shot past the scoring line and both the basketballs landed in the green cup. That totaled up to 270 points for trial 1. For the second trial, we had a successful deployment. Both the arrows shot past the scoring line, and only one of the basketballs went into the green cup. What me and my teammates think that happened is that it got stuck in the pipe when it was rotating. So that resulted in 170 points for trial 2. And for trial 3, we got successful deployment, 20 points for 2 of the arrows that shot past the scoring line, and 240 points for getting the basketballs in the green zone. And that was 270 points. And if you total all those points up, you end up getting 690 points.
So going into a little bit about our pre-competition fabrication and testing. So we use the CAD models as a baseline from our evaluation matrix and morph charts, and then we made alterations to some of the parts as we needed necessary tolerances to fit officially as a full part, not just in CAD. We used just a 3D printer and laser cutter for most of our parts, actually all of our parts, other than what we got from our mechatronics kit. We did encounter some problems in the fabrication and testing phase, so we encountered a lot of gear slipping because partly due to code error when there wasn't a kill switch and it kept running, or the gears just wearing out over time from overuse and over testing. There were also some problems encountered with the mechatronics kit, so a lot of the pieces and parts were not very accurate other than the buttons that just hold zeros and ones, but there were still problems with the buttons that a lot of them were different, base settings of normally open or closed. And then the last problem that was a big task to control is the motor spins, distance, and time. So we use motors for both our arm and our wheels, and I'll run the little video on the right for you to see when we first got our wheels running. But we needed to control this, and so we ended up using buttons to stop the motors from spinning at certain times. And then obviously, so there are some possible improvement areas in the next set of fabrication and testing. Luke will talk about next steps, but just basically their tolerance increases with some of our parts and the stability improvements overall on the machine.
I'm going to be explaining to you the next steps in our continued testing and fabrication for our robot before Sprint 2. Our goal is to be done with the upgrades of the robot by October 30th, and this consists of finishing with a reliable air launcher. As you saw, our air launcher was providing too much friction on the ping pong ball and would not allow the ping pong ball to shoot very far, so we want to make that better, and then it's very reliable each time. We want to fix the money ball scoop. As you saw in the first video that Jacob showed you, the money ball picker-upper was a little bit too low, so it was pushing the ball instead of scooping it up. And then I also want to update the solenoid to work flawlessly. You had mentioned using a piece of rope to keep it in there without having it fall out, so I'm going to use that. And then also we'll have continued testing throughout the upgrades, but we're also wanting to have some hard testing done from October 31st through November 7th, the week before the second test. And we want to have the robot scoring max points consistently by that 7th before our sprint 2. And if we get this done and we're able to reliably have it scoring points, max points each run, we want to also make the code more efficient so that if it comes down to it, we'll win based on having the max amount of points and the lowest amount of time. Thank you.